Hi all, welcome to this video. In this video, we will be covering some differences between private IP, public IP and elastic IP. So I'll be covering some theoretical part first and then we'll move into demo. So what is a private IP? So this is the IP which is assigned from the VPC CIDR ranges, and these IPs are not reachable from internet, and these are used for communication between the instances. So there will be one private IP to the instance and there can have multiple secondary IPs as well. These IPs remain associated with the instances even when they are stop start or hibernated. Next, public IP. So these IPs are reachable from the internet and these are assigned to EC2 instances while creating them. If you are creating in default VPC, then they will be assigned automatically, but if the VPC is custom, then you need to do some settings and that will allow auto assignment of public IP. These are assigned from Amazon pool and are not associated with your account. And these public IP changes every time when you stop, start or hibernate the instance. Elastic IP, these are associated to your account and these are the static IPs. And just like public IP, they are reachable from internet. You can associate and dissociate these IPs from instances, and these are remain attached to a region. You cannot move elastic IP from one region to another. And one most important point is that you will be charged for elastic IP when these are not attached to some running instances. So now let's go to demo and we'll cover some of the points in practical. So this is my AWS console. Here you can see that we have two VPC. One is default and this is another custom VPC that I have created. And I have one running instance. So this instance is currently running in my default VPC. So just for demonstration purpose, I'll show that here you can see there is one public IP assigned to it and there is one private IP assigned to it. So if I just try to ping this from outside, so this is the public IP. It is reachable from my laptop and this is the private IP. So this is not reachable. As you can see, we are not getting any response. So this is not reachable from my laptop. So if I just stop and start this instance, so there will be change in public IP. Public IP will get assigned a new one. So that will this will IP will change. So let's wait for instance to get stop and then I'll restart this thing. So I've stopped the instance and started it, but right now it is in the pending state. But you can see that a new public IP is assigned to it. So I'll just try to reach out to it. It might not be reachable as of now, but because the instance is still, yeah, but it is reaching fine. That's fine. Next, I'll just try to create one instance in my custom VPC. I'll name it my custom instance. Let's say my testing. I'll leave all the setting as it is and network setting. I'll choose my custom VPC, and here there is important thing which you need to notice is that there is a field called auto sign public IP. So right now it is disabled because this is a setting which is coming from the subnet. In subnet this setting is disabled, but you can override this thing by enabling this thing. You can select enable from here and that instance will having public IP. So I'll enable it from, I'll keep it disabled and create an instance. In between I'll just show you the setting. If I just go to my subnet, this is my subnet. If you go to just edit subnet settings, here you can see enable auto assign public IP addresses. So if I just click on this, this will set as a default setting, and going forward, if you create any instance in this subnet, those will be having public IP. So I've changed the setting, and I'll just try to create one more instance in my custom VPC. I selected my key pair, and if I just go to network setting, so this time here you can see the auto assign public IP by default came as enable, but again you can overwrite, you can make it disable if you want. Okay, if I just go to instances now, so my testing instance, this is the previous one. Here you can see no public IP is there, and this is the another instance. Here public IP is assigned. And one last thing for this session, that is the elastic IPs. So I have created one elastic IP here, and I'll just try to associate with the instance. So I'll choose my this instance, and so I'll just assign it. So what will happen? It is not associated because the instance in my custom VPC does not has any internet gateway. So elastic IP cannot be associated. If I just try to associate with my another instance, so it will get associated because that is the default VPC, and that has internet gateway. Now if I just go to, you can see a public IP, that is my elastic IP is assigned to it, and my public IP earlier one is removed. 18 dot this thing is my elastic IP. And if I just try to dissociate from my instance, then it will again get a public IP assigned to it. So I'll just try to dissociate it. Okay, and now it should get again some public IP. See, the IP changed. And one more thing which I just spoke about in my slides is that right now this IP is not associated with anything, so it will charge me. But if I associate it with this with some instance, then it will not be charged. But right now it is charging because it is dissociated. So that's all for this session. Thanks a lot.